ഓം 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 ശ്രീ ഗുരുഭ്യോ നമഃ. ഹരി ഓം. ഓം ഗുരുഭ്യോ നമഃ. ഓം ഗം ഗണപതയേ നമഃ. ഓം ഐം സരസ്വത്यै നമഃ. ഓം ഗണാനാം ത്വാ ഗണപതിഗും ഹവാമഹേ കവിം കവീനാം ഉപമശ്രവസ്തമം ജ്യേഷ്ഠരാജം ബ്രഹ്മണാം ബ്രഹ്മണസ്പത ആനശൃണ്വന്നോതിഭിസ്സീദസാദനം. ഓം ശ്രീ മഹാഗണപതയേ നമഃ. ഓം നമഃ ശിവായ ഗുരവേ സച്ചിദാനന്ദമൂർത്തയേ നിഷ്പ്രപഞ്ചായ ശാന്തായ നിരാലംബായ തേജസേ. ഓം യസ്യാത്മഭൂതസ്യ ഗുരുപ്രസാദാത് അഹം വിമുക്തോസ്മി സംസാരബന്ധാത്. സർവോപദേഷ്ടു ശിവാനന്ദമൂർത്തേः മൃദ്വാംഗ്രിയുഗ്മം പ്രണതോസ്മി നിത്യം. ദയാസിന്ധും ദീനബന്ധും ശാസ്ത്രാർത്ഥബോധനപട്ടും മസ്കരീന്ദ്രവരം നൗമി ശ്രീചിദാനന്ദസദ്ഗുരും. ഓം പ്രാണിനാം ദുഃഖഹർത്താരൗ ജ്ഞാനദോ ഭുവനമുക്തയേ ശിവാനന്ദചിദാനന്ദൗ ആശ്രയേ ഗുരുസത്തമോ. ഓം ശാന്താത്മാനം പ്രണതസുലഭം സിദ്ധവിദ്യാപ്രഭാവം ഭാസ്വദ്രൂപം സുഗുണനിലയം ധ്വസ്തകർമാദിവർഗം പ്രജ്ഞാവൃത്തം നിജസമദൃശം താരതം ത്യാഗിപദ്യം സാക്ഷാത് ഈശം മമ ഗുരുവരം ശിവാനന്ദം നതോസ്മി. ശിവാനന്ദം നതോസ്മി. ഓം ശന്നോ മിത്രശം വരുണഃ ശന്നോ ഭവത്വര്യമാ ശന്ന ഇന്ദ്രോ ബൃഹസ്പതിഃ ശന്നോ വിഷ്ണുരുക്രമഃ. നമോ ബ്രഹ്മണേ നമസ്തേ വായോ ത്വമേവ പ്രത്യക്ഷം ബ്രഹ്മാസി ത്വാമേവ പ്രത്യക്ഷം ബ്രഹ്മ വദിഷ്യാമി. ഋതം വദിഷ്യാമി സത്യം വദിഷ്യാമി. തന്മാമവതു തദ്വക്താരമവതു. അവതു മാം അവതു വക്താരം. ഓം ശാന്തി ശാന്തി ശാന്തി. So this is the Shanti mantra for the Taittiriya Upanishad, Shikshavalli, and also the first Anuvaka, the first chapter of this Shikshavalli. And here the prayer is Samno Mitraha. So let the deities Mitra, Varuna, Aryama, Indra, Brihaspati, Vayu, all these deities, let them bless me so that I can continue with my spiritual studies and progress in my spiritual journey. It's a prayer. So it is a prayer to the deities. Also, these deities are dwelling in our body also. Dwelling in our body in different sense organs. So it is a prayer for the celestial devatas and also a prayer for the Indriya devatas, those devatas who are sitting in the Indriyas. So the devatas are there at the macro level and devatas are there in the micro level. The devatas are there in the samashti bhava and the devatas are there in the veshti bhava. In the body the devatas are there, in this world also devatas are there. So that is their samashti swarupa, and in their body it is a veshti swarupa. So Bhagavan is there outside and Bhagavan is there inside. Bhagavan is, Virat Swarupa is there. That Virat Swarupa is also in us. In us also it is there. So it is upasana of the samashti devata and veshti devata. This is most important. It is, when you do samashti devata upasana, you cannot forget the devata within you. So there is the first prayer itself tries to give you an understanding. All the devatas which are in the heavens, they are also in your body. So that is the mantra. So it's a prayer so that the devatas in my sense, sitting in my sense organs, don't disturb me, don't create me problems. Don't create any obstacles in my journey to the ultimate goal. Please bless me. And also they say, you bless me and bless my teacher also, so that he will instruct me properly and I will receive. Then the next chapter is Shiksham Vyakyasyamaha Varnaswaraha Matrabalam Samasantanaha Ityukta Shikshadhyayaha. So the second Anuvaga speaks about the intonations. Why? Because the study of the scriptures should be continued every day. This Swadhyaya has to be done every day. The Swadhyaya will automatically bring you the knowledge. Keep on studying the scriptures, the knowledge will come. When the mind becomes pure, the knowledge will come. So, Shiksham Vyakyasyamaha, that Shiksha, I will explain the science of intonation, science of phonetics, science of pronunciation, I will tell you. It is, you have to pronounce the letters Varna and the Swara, the Udatta, Anudatta, that you have to learn, and Matra, Hrasvadirgha, and Balam, the effect, the stress you should give. And it should be in the Madhyama Swara, and then the connectivity you should know. Santana is connectivity. So this is Shiksha Adhyayaha. So all these things you will learn, and also daily you do the Parayana, they say. So Parayana, regular Parayana of the Shastras, whatever you study, that you have to continuously keep on reading it actually. Whether you understand it or not, you have to keep on reading it. And the Shastra will open up to you. The Shastra will not open up however much you are qualified, but the Shastra Kripa is required to open up also. Then the next mantra is Sahanau Yashaha Sahano Brahma Varchasam Atatas Sagumhitaya Upanishadam Vyakyasyamaha Panjaswadhikaraneshu Adhilogamadi Jaudishamadi Vidyamadi Prajamadhyatmam Tamaha Sagumhita Itya Chakshate. Then he makes a prayer, Sahano Yachaha. Let me and my teacher have got the, let us, both of us may have kirti, fame. We should be famous here. We should have all the fame. And we should have Brahma Varchas. The Brahma Tejas should be there. So the study should bring us Brahma Tejas, and it should bring us fame. So that was the prayer. That much is the prayer by the student. And then the other thing is, the teacher says, Athatas Tagumhitaya Upanishadam Vyakyasyamaha. Now I shall explain to you the Samhita. Samhita means the connection, the connectivity. The Upanishadam means meditation, the Vidya. I shall explain to you the meditation on the connectivity. That I shall explain to you. This point you should remember. Our problem is our mind. And what is our mind? Our mind is that which tells you that you are independent. I am independent. I am so and so. The mind is your problem. Swami, my mind is going everywhere. I am not able to meditate. Nobody's mind will obey. Mind will create. The mind's nature is that swabhava of the mind is to make you feel that you are independent of the other things. So that is a wrong notion. There is no such independent thing here. Everything is only one here. Everything, as Krishna Swami says, everything is connected to everything here. There is nothing which is alone here. That Paramatma is the only thing. That alone is there, nothing else is there. So that connectivity you should understand. So that I will explain to you. That I explain to you in fivefold. So in the Adhilogam, Panchasu Adhikaraneshu, 5 ways. Adhilogam, Adhijaudisham, Adhividyam, Adhiprajamadhyatmam. So in five ways, Adhiloka, with reference to the Loka, with reference to the radiant celestial objects like sun, moon, etc. And Vidya, the learning, and the Praja, and Adhyatma, own soul. So now this I have little explained. I will explain to you once again. It's a very important thing actually. And so once we understand this, then only we understand the Shastra. So you are not here alone. You are connected to everything here. Our problem is we feel that I am alone. You are disturbing me, I say. That you are not there to disturbing me. I am only disturbing myself. Okay? So now, every day we read Bhagavad Gita here, one chapter. After completing one chapter, the next chapters, one sloka or two slokas are repeated. Why? Every day they read Bhagavad Gita, the chapter is over, and then why should you read the one sloka of the second chapter? In Bhagavad also, they read one chapter, and the next chapter one reading they will say. Why it is done like that? Eh? Actually, the reason is, Bhagavad Gita is not, although it is divided into 18 chapters, Bhagavad Gita is only one unit actually. For convenience, it has been divided into 18. So it comes from Vedas. The Veda is only one. Bhagavan's breath, one breath. The whole Veda should be chanted in one breath. The Rig Veda has got about 10,500 and odd mantras. That has to be chanted in one breath. No, in Sanskrit there is no comma, punctuation, nothing is there. Full stop, nothing is there. So the Veda has to be chanted in one breath. So that is not possible for us. Because it is not possible, so they have divided into chapters, divided into slokas, so that we can read. So you read, either now here we read half the sloka, half we read. Okay, it is Anushtup. So 16 letters you read. Dharmachetre, Guruchetre, Samaveda, Yutsava. Some people will read Dharmachetre, Guruchetre, Samaveda, Yutsava, Mamaka, Pandavas, Chaiva, Kimakurvada, Sanjaya, Pada. One pada. So here, all the slokas are interconnected. All the mantras of the Rig Vedas are interconnected. Because it is not possible to say it in one stretch, we have divided. And if you take one sloka, there also connectivity is there. First sloka, whichever sloka you know that I take. The first sloka of Bhagavad Gita. Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre. There, Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, Samavetaha, Yutsavaha, Mamakaha, Pandavaha, Cha, Eva, Kim, Akurvada, Sanjaya. 11 padas are there. 11 padas are there. Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yutsavaha, Mamakaha, Pandavaha, Chaiva, Kim, Akurvada, Sanjaya. 11 padas are there. Each pada, the first pada is connected to the second pada. The first word is connected to the second word is connected to the third word, and each word is connected to the previous word on this side. Both sides it is connected. If you remove one pada from there, Dharmachetre, Kurukshetre, Samavetaha is not there. Mamakaha, Pandavaha, you cannot understand any meaning. So each word is connected to the previous word and to the next word also. There is a connectivity. They need not be a samasta pada. Otherwise also, the padas are interconnected. Please come here. If I omit the word please, here means what? Please come here, I say. You please come here. So you, please, here means you don't get any meaning. So every word is connected to the other word. Then only the meaning comes. So likewise, the slokas are also, first sloka is connected to the second sloka. The second sloka is connected to the third sloka. Third sloka is connected to the fourth sloka. Likewise, all are interconnected. That connection is called Sangati. So because we don't want to break it, that's why one chapter read, second chapter one sloka means it is continuation. We have not stopped with one chapter. Second chapter, it will be continued tomorrow. That is why you read. That is why in all these. So it is called Pada Sangati, Pada Sangati, Adhyaya Sangati. One pada and the next pada is connected. First sloka and second sloka is connected. That called is Sangati. Sangati means connection. So in our life, whatever you see here, everything has got connection to something else. Everything is connected to the other thing. Nothing is independent here. This idea should be there. We have got a wrong notion, I am independent. I have got this idea, this is my... What is yours? Somebody else will also have the same thing. And there is a sankalpa came in my mind, I'm asked, desire came in my mind, what is it? Your mind will only project the nonsense. So everything is connected to everything. So it is called Sloka Sangati, Sangati means connection. And Adhyaya Sangati. So each Adhyaya is connected to the next Adhyaya. You see, in Samadhi Gita, when the chapter ends, from where the chapter ends, the first sloka of the next chapter will start. You carefully look into that. So there is a connectivity. That connectivity is the meditation. Everything is connected to me. I am not independent. So that is the Upadesha here. That you do it with reference to the world, Lokasambhati, and the other things also. So the connection they say, for that they have taken example, padas, Purva Pada, Uttara Pada, and then that connectivity. So that's why Ishe, Twa I said. Otherwise you take Namahate. Namahate becomes Namaste, two padas joining. So that connection you consider. So now he says, Lokasangati then, Adhiloka. Adhiloka means the Prithvi Purva Rupam. That sloka mantra I will read. Atadilokam Prithvi Purva Rupam Jauruttara Rupam Akashas Santihi Vayus Sandhanam Ityadilokam. So in the Loka Upasana, Prithvi is one Loka. And the Dviloka is also Prithvi Purva Rupam. Prithvi is the Purva Rupa. First pada. Jauhu is the next pada. Jauhu means the heavens. Jauhu Uttara Rupam. What is the sun? The Akasha Sandhi. Akasha, the space is the in-between space is there. And then the Vayu Sandha, Vayu collects it. Vayu connects it. Vayu is the link. Ityadilokam. So this meditation you do, he says. So the other day I told you, the meditation is the Bhagavan's Virat Swarupa. When you connect this earth and the heaven together, means everything is covered. Everything is covered means what? That is Bhagavan's Virat Swarupa. The Upasana is the earth, you connect to this earth and the heavens. That is Bhagavan's Virat Swarupa. Why this is told? Because this is instructed, these are all instructions to the Vaidikas, those who are familiar with Vedas and doing the Veda Karma. So they are doing Upasana of they are doing Yajna, Yaga Yajnadi, they are doing to achieve that Dviloka, Sargaloka. So Sarga Kamaha. For that purpose you are doing Yajana. This itself is connected to that. This earth itself is connected, Prithvi is connected, Prithvi is connected to it. Here you have the earth, here you have the Sarga. Atraiva Naraka Sargaha. Bhagavad Gita comes, Atraiva Naraka Sargaha. You can make heaven here. You can make hell here. If you connect it to the heaven, you are enjoying the heaven here. So that is told. So then I mentioned that day that Dhruva, when he was meditating on Bhagavan's Virat Swarupa, Vishwasmaya Namaha, that Swarupa. And when he was meditating and controlling his breath, the entire population of the earth and the heavens, everyone felt there was breathing trouble. Then they go to Bhagavan, and Bhagavan said, don't worry, that boy is meditating on me, so I will make him all right. Then Bhagavan came and then then Bhagavan gave him darshan and he stopped his meditation, so everybody became all right. So the point is, Dhruva was meditating on the Virat Swarupa. Now like that Virat Swarupa meditation, so many people you will find doing in this Bhagavad. Although it is there, you may not notice that. Now one more example I tell you. Kamsa. Kamsa was Bhagavan's Shatru. So in the Bhagavad 10th Skanda, 2nd chapter it comes. Then Bhagavan, you know the story, Devaga's 8th son will be your Yama. That was this. Kamsa was told that Devaki, your sister Devaki's 8th son will kill you. So then he has put in the jail and all these things. And Kamsa comes and see that Devaki was in the family way, and she was very bright, and Ati Saundarya was there. So she looks at her, very beautiful. Oh, Bhagavan must be here. This fellow, Sri Krishna must be here only now. definitely my Shatru is here. He thinks like that. And then he wanted to kill her. Then he wanted to kill her. Then he thinks, if I kill her now, people will curse me. So she has killed a Garbhini, lady Garbhini. So everybody will give a shapa to me. So he did not kill her. He goes back. And then Vyasa Bhagavan puts a sloka. Asina Parjadan Tishtan. Asinaha Parjadan Tishtan. When he was sitting, when he was walking, when he was standing, Bunjanaha, when he was eating, all the time he was thinking about, because out of fear, he was thinking about Krishna. Chintayano Hrishikesham Apashyat Tanmayam Jagat. You understand the meaning? Asinaha Parjadan Tishtan Bunjanaha, etc., etc. Chintayano Hrishikesham, contemplating on Sri Krishna. Although he is contemplating as his enemy and he is going to kill Shatru, that bhava you don't think about that bhava. Because bhava is tasmat kenapyupayena mana Krishna nivesayet. It is not what bhava, you need not have bhakti, you can have enmity with Bhagavan. Even with enmity, if you can contemplate on Bhagavan, Bhagavan will be happy. Tasmat kenapyupayena, whatever be the upaya, mana Krishna nivesayet. Put your mind into him. Let your mind enter into Bhagavan Krishna. So he was Chintayano Hrishikesham Apashyat Tanmayam Jagat. So contemplating on Sri Krishna, he saw the world of Sri Krishna. Apashyat Tanmayam, the entire Jagat, he saw as Bhagavan Krishna. So this is Adhiloka Upasana. The entire world he saw as Krishna. Connected. So his world, he has forgotten himself. He is connecting himself to the entire world. He saw that Virat Swarupa of Krishna. So that is Adhilogopasana. Then all are like that only. Atadit Jautisham Agnif Purva Rupam Aditya Uttara Rupam Apas Sandhi Vaidyutas Sandhanam Ityadi Jautisham. Then Jautishopasana. Agni Purva Rupam. Agni, normally they are doing Havan, etc. Yajna. So Agni is there. You are doing Upasana on the Agni to reach the Swarga. So Agni is the Purva Pada, Purva Rupam. Agni, Purva Rupam. Aditya Uttara Rupam, the Aditya Mandala. That is Uttara Rupa. Then Apas Sandhihi. The water is the in-between space. Vaidyutas Sandhanam, Vaidyuti, this Vidyut. Lightning is the connecting agent. Ityadi Jautisham iti Jautishopasana. The entire Jyotish Swarupa. Bhagavan, how do we say? All pervading. Otherwise, Tejo Murti. Tejo Murti we say. Tejas, all the Tejas belong. Divisurya Sakastrasya Bhaved Yugabaduttita. Yati Bhasadrasi Sasyad Bhasastasya Mahatmanaha. So Bhagavan is like 1,000 suns. So Bhagavan is Jyotish Swarupa. So the Adijyautisha Upasana. So that Upasana you can do and then connect this. That this Agni is connected to this. Agni Purva Rupam, Aditya Uttara Rupam, Apaha Sandhi, Vaidyuta Sandhana, Vaidyuti, the lightning is the connection. This Upasana you will find in the Bhagavad also. This Upasana is this Bharata Maharaja. All these things you can see into the Bhagavad book. I tell you the chapter also. 5th skanda, 7th chapter. So Rishabha Bhagavan was there. Rishabha Bhagavan has 100 children. Bharata was the eldest one. So Rishabha entrusted this kingdom to the Bharata and he went and he was an Avaduta. Later on he is the first Tirthankara of the Jains. So Bharata was ruling the country. Because of him this land is called Bharata. So after ruling for quite some time, he handed over this kingdom to his children and went to forest. That story you know. And he saw he got attached to a deer. That story you know. But what tapasya he was doing, that is most important. So he was doing upasana of, what upasana Bharata was doing? when he was in the forest. All of you have gone through Bhagavad. He was doing Upasana, Gayatri Upasana he was doing. His Upasana was on Gayatri. And Gayatri, according to whatever Gayatri we know, that is Om Bhuva Swaha, that is not part of Gayatri, that is Vyagritis. Tatsya Vidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyoyona Prachodayad. 3 padas only is there. So our Gayatri has got only 3 padas. And there is a 4th pada of the Gayatri is there. It's told in the Brihadaranya Upanishad. The Gayatri Upasana speaks about the 4th pada. You have not read Brihadaranya Upanishad? Nobody has read it. Brihadaranya Upanishad, there is a Gayatri Upasana is there. In that, the 4th pada of Gayatri is mentioned. Parorajas Savadomam, that is it. So here, this Bharata was meditating on the 4th pada of Gayatri, that is Aditya Mandala, 4th pada. Parorajas Savadomam will come there. The 8th skandha, maybe 7th or chapter, the last, it is a prose. So last mantra is this. So he was meditating on the Aditya Mandala. He was connecting himself to the Aditya Mandala. So it is Adijyautisha Upasana. Adijyautisha Upasana. Then I forgot to tell you one thing also. So Atiloka Upasana also I want to tell you something very interesting that is very much connected to us. So Gurudev has written so many books. Of all the books, one book is very, very important. That is his autobiography of Swami Shivananda. In that autobiography book, there are 2 articles. One is how God came into my life. And the other, what I learned from this, what life has taught me. What life has taught me. Okay. So in this, how God came into my life. So we are all seeking God. We want God should come into our life. And we also want to enter into God. Both are there. In the mantra, later on it mantra, the Taittiriya Upanishad mantra, it comes. May I enter in you, Bhagavan. Bhagavan, you please enter into me. Okay. Gurudev, how God came into my life. That one article is enough for it contains the essence of all the Shastras. It contains the essence of all the Shastras, all the Upanishads, Gita, everything actually. So he says 6 steps, very, very important steps. You have to read it 10 times, 15 times, 100 times you have to read it. Then only you will understand what Gurudev means. What the depth of that you will understand only if you keep on reading it. So how God came into my life. So what Upasana Gurudev did. What Upasana Gurudev did. The same thing you have to do, otherwise it is not possible. Okay. So Gurudev says like this, so I have taken out from that. First Gurudev says, how you got realization? I met this such and such Mahatma, he blessed me, I got realization. Otherwise I used to go and pray to God. God came in my vision and blessed me, I got realization. It is very easy to say like that. That is not correct. Gurudev says like that first. It would be easy to dismiss the question. Someone asked, Gurudev, how God came to you? Then Gurudev says, it would be easy to dismiss the question by saying, yes, after a prolonged period of intense austerities and meditation, while I was living in Swargashram and when I had darshan and blessings of a number of Maharshis, the Lord appeared before me in the form of Sri Krishna. If I say like that, it is easy to dismiss this question, but it is not true, he says. So he says, but that would not be the whole truth. That would not be the whole truth, nor a sufficient answer to a question relating to God, who is infinite, unlimited, and beyond the reach of speech and mind. A question relating to God, who is infinite, unlimited, and beyond the speech and mind. Beyond the speech and mind means Yato vacho nivartande aprapya manasasaka, that only he quotes. So then he says, how God came into my life. When he was a small boy, here that my father was fond of ceremonial worship, which he was very regular. To my child mind, the image he worshipped was God. So anyway, it is okay, pictorial. Okay. My father was fond of ceremonial worship, in which my father was fond of ceremonial worship in which he was regular. To my child mind, the image of he worshipped was God, and I delighted in helping the father in the worship. So then he says, in my heart a strong conviction that God was in such images. So in the images God is there. Such conviction was there in my mind. So God came to him in the form of an idol first. It is all happening to all of you. When you go there and sit and pray to God, believe that God is there. You don't think it is some marble somebody chipped. You believe that. So Gurudev also believed that it was there, very much there, and you offer your prayers there. So the first step has come. What is the second step, he says? The second step should happen. Otherwise, it will not happen actually. The second step is, when he grew up, he had to learn from fencing, the gymnastics from a person who was a scheduled caste person. So somebody told him, you are a high class Brahmin, you cannot go and learn from him. So this was disturbing him. Then one moment I felt that the God whom he worshipped in the image, in my father's worship, one moment I felt that God whom we worshipped in the image in my father's worship room had jumped over to the heart of this untouchable. So Gurudev felt that Bhagavan Narayana jumped into the other man's heart. So the presence of God was felt in that person. When you look at a person, the presence of God should be there. So Gurudev felt that God jumped into the heart of the person from whom he has to learn the fencing. It's untouchable. So into the untouchable's heart, he felt that Bhagavan has jumped. Bhagavan is sitting there. So he is no more untouchable. Bhagavan is sitting there. So that feeling is the second step. That thought is the first. It is a meditation. Bhagavan did not jump. So it is a meditation. Somehow he felt it. His mind says that Bhagavan is sitting in your mind. Whether we will be able to behold God in the other's mind. Then he says, then in Malaya, when he was working as a doctor, God came to me in the form of sick. All the sick persons who have got fever and other disabilities and other illness, the sick people, God came to me in the form of sick. Then he says, then God came to him, then that is the third one. Then it was at this crucial point of my life, God came to me as a religious mendicant who gave me the first lesson of Vedanta. He met a sannyasi who gave him the book. So Vedanta only he says. Anyway, whichever book, Vedanta only, that this one, Jiva Brahmaikya. And then he says, Gurudev says, this drew me from Malaya to Himalaya. God now came to me in the form of an all-consuming aspiration to realize Him as the self of all. Then there is a desire, very strong desire. God now came to me in the form of an all-consuming aspiration. Whatever desire you entertain, that is your God. Whatever desire you entertain, that is your God. So Gurudev had an aspiration, the desire, very strong desire, uncontrollable desire to realize God. So that is God actually. So Gurudev, what he writes, God now came to me in the form of an all-consuming aspiration to realize Him as the self of all. That is the fourth step actually. So unless it comes, realization is impossible. It's not at all possible. It will be only a word, a strong desire to realize Him as the self of all. Virat Swarupa, okay? Then Gurudev says, This article you read again and again. I do not know whether there is a Hindi translation. And even if the Hindi translation is there, whether the spirit of that has been brought out in that translation, I do not know. Because the translator's understanding may be different. Then he says, then the next week, early in 1950, on the 8th January, the Lord came to me in the form of a half-demented assailant who disturbed the night satsang, one who came and tried to hit Gurudev on his head with a hammer. So God came in that form, he says. And on the 6th one, he says, then in 1950, when I undertook All India tour, then God came to me in his Virat Swarupa as multitudes of devotees eager to listen to the tenets of divine life. At every center, I felt that God spoke through me, and he himself, in his cosmic form, spread out before me as the multitude listened to me. He sang with me, he prayed with me, he spoke and he also listened. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, all indeed is Brahman. So when he went on tour, he found that God is speaking and God is hearing. And he found that everything is God. So Swami Chidananda Maharaj used to speak about one saint very often, that is practice of the presence of God by Brother Lawrence. Feeling of the presence of God everywhere. So wherever you see, whatever you see, you should feel the presence of God in that. That is a connectivity. Whatever you see, you connect it to your God. Atiloka Upasana actually. So whatever you see in this world, everything is connected to you. You are inside that. Then nothing will disturb you. So Gurudev has got this Atiloka Upasana, Virat Swarupa Upasana. So final declaration is Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahman here. Whatever it is God also, you can see, says how God came into my life. We conclude Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Instead of the word God, uses the word Brahman. So the Atiloka Upasana is, Atijyautisha Upasana is, this is Atiloka Upasana. Atijyautisha Upasana means Agni is the Purva Rupa. You are doing Upasana of Agni. They are not doing. That's why if you are doing Upasana of Agni, this Agni is connected to the Aditya. So the Aditya and Agni should coalesce actually. And one more thing Gurudev has said that I have forgotten to tell you. Gurudev says, when the first step is God, he worshipped in the form of. One more thing is, a noteworthy fact ought to be mentioned here. In this evolution, so Gurudev first came in the form of, Vigraha became his God, then Vigraha jumped into the other man, then he saw God in the sick people. So this expansion is there. In that expansion he says, in this evolution, nothing gained previously was entirely discarded. So what the first experience is not rejected when you have the second experience. The first experience enters into the second experience. First experience coalesces. The first experience is not totally rejected actually. That is correct. This is more correct. This is still more correct. So that is correct. This is also correct. This is also correct. Everything is interconnected actually. So he says, one coalesced into the next. And the yoga of synthesis was the fruit. Idol worship, service to seek, practice of meditation, cultivation of cosmic love that transcended the barriers of caste, creed and religion, with the ultimate aim of attaining the state of cosmic consciousness was revealed. So whatever experience we have in the beginning, and you go further so that the second experience comes, it is not a rejection of the first experience. The first experience, in fact, it supports the second experience. So whatever we start in the beginning, worshipping with idol, that should expand to feel the presence of God everywhere. So all the tapasya is that only. When in the Kalidasa, when he speaks about Bhagavan Shiva's tapas, Bhagavan Shiva is in tapas. He is in silence. He is silently meditating. His silence, Shiva, you forget about Shiva is an ordinary person here. He is one doing tapasya. Okay. Shiva don't take it as God. When Shiva is doing tapasya, when he is doing tapasya, the whole world is doing tapasya. So Nishkamba Vriksham Jaratad Virepam. When he is still, even the trees, no leaf in the trees moved. Everything was standstill. Even this bees, humming bees, they will be traveling. They also stopped. Everybody was in standstill, they say. What experience Dhruva got? The same experience when Shiva also. When Shiva is meditating, everything is still. Even the world is still. So if you are meditating, the whole world will meditate with you. So that is why in the Taittiriya mantra, Tatsavidirvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi. Dhimahi, the sound dhimahi means we meditate. It is not I meditate. Dhimahi means we meditate. We meditate. When he meditates, the world meditates because you are identified with the world. So slowly we have to identify with the world. Slowly we have to identify with all the radiant objects, all the radiant objects, sun, moon, etc. Sun, I am the sun. You should identify with the sun. You should identify with the moon. Like that. Then Adijyaudisham, Adividyam. Adividya, in the Vidya you know this. Acharya Purva Rupam, Antevasyuttara Rupam, Vidya Santihi, Pravajanagum Sandhanam, Ityadi Vidyam. The Adividya, Acharya is the Purva Rupa, the one who teaches. Antevasi, the student, is the Uttara Rupa. Vidya is connecting them. Vidya Santihi. Pravajanagum Sandhanam. The instructions are the link actually. So you meditate on that. All the meditation, the connectivity you meditate. Then Adhiprajam, Mata Purva Rupam, Pitottara Rupam, Praja Sandihi, Prajananagum Sandhanam. This is error is there. Prajananagum Sandhanam, Ityadi Prajam. So then mother is the Purva Rupa, Pita, father is the Uttara Rupa, Praja is the children are the Sandhi, and Prajananagum, progeny is the Sandhana. So you meditate on that, everything is connected. Then Adhyatmam. What is Adhyatma? Adhyatma meditation. So all the studies we do with Vedic studies, I now speak. So Adharahanu, Athadhyatmam, Adharahanu Purva Rupam, Uttarahanu Uttara Rupam, Vak Sandhihi, Jihva Sandhanam, Ityadhyatmam, Iti Mamaha Sagumhita. So Adharahanu means the lower jaw. When you chanting means two jaws are required. Adharahanu is Purva Rupam, Uttarahanu, the upper jaw is the Uttara Rupam. Vak is the Sandhi. Vak is the space. Jihva Sandhana. Jihva, the tongue is the connecting agent. This is Adhyatma. So Adhiloka Upasana, Adijyaudisha Upasana, Adhyatma, Adi Vidya Upasana, and Adi Praja and Adhyatma. So all the Upasana, all these are called Iti Mahasagumhitaha. Sagumhita means what? Meditation. Okay. Sagumhita means meditation. So Samhita means meditation. These are great meditations. Ordinary meditation, you sit and do Om Namah Shivaya, some japa, you do this meditation only. That this is Mahasagumhitaha. It's a great meditation, great meditation. I am connecting myself with everything here. Whatever areas are there, whatever field is there, I connect myself with all those fields. So this is Mahasagumhita. Then he says, Yayevameta Mahasagumhita Vyakyata Veda Sandhiyate Prajaya Pachubihi Brahmavarchasena Nadyena Suvargena Lokena. So whosoever, Yaha Evametaha Mahasagumhitaha Vyakyataha Veda. Whosoever understand this great meditations, great connectivity, whosoever knows that means not intellectually, whosoever experiences this, he will have all the progeny, Praja will be there, and he will have cattle. Those days cattle is the wealth. Prajaya Pashubihi, he will have good progeny, he will have all the cattle wealth, and Brahmavarchas, he will have the Brahma Tejas, And Annadyena, all the food and other worldly prosperity, all worldly prosperities will be there. And he will attain the Swargena Lokena, he will attain the Swarga Loka also. This Palashruti. Swarga means it is Brahma Loka only. Swarga Loka means need not be the Indra Loka. Swarga Indra also means Brahman. Indra means Idandraha. So it is Brahman only. Indra does not mean the Pauranika Indra. This is Indra means Brahman. So one who meditates, one who does this great meditation on this world, meditation on these radiant objects, luminous worlds, celestial objects, one who meditates on the praja, one who meditates on the vidya, one who meditates on the oneself, that great meditation. One who does all these great meditation, he will have all the prosperities of this world and the other world also. That is, we call it as all the Aishwarya of this world will be there, and the Aishwarya of the other world will also be there. Then the next chapter is, next mantra you know. Yaschandasam Rishavo Vishwarupaha Chandobhyo Dhyamrtat Sambhabhuva Samendro Medhaya Sprunotu Amritasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Madhumattamam Karnabhyam Bhuri Vishruvam Brahmanakoshothi Medhaya Pikitaka Shutam Me Gopaya. So, yes, Yaha Chandasam Rishavaha Vishwarupaha. So, Yaha Chandasam Rishavaha. Chandas means Vedas. Rishabha means the best one, essence. Rishabha means bull. Bull here does not mean bull. The essence of the Vedas. Yes, Chandasam Rishabha. That which is the essence of the Vedas. Which is the essence of the Vedas? What is the essence of the Vedas? Om. Om ityakaksharam Brahma. Yes, Chandasam Rishabho Vishwarupaha. That Om, which is universal, and the essence of the Vedas. Rishabha Vishwarupaha. Chandobhyo Adhyamrtat Sambhabhuva. That which has been taken out from the essence of the Vedas. That is the meaning actually. Why this is told? Because, see, instead of when Bhagavan starts Veda to Brahma, he did not teach the whole Veda. He just revealed that Veda into his mind. In Bhagavad it comes, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikapiye. Tene Janmadhyasya Yadonvayadi Idaratas Chartesh Swabhijñaswarat. Then, Janmadhyasya Yadonvayadi Idaratas Chartesh Swabhijñaswarat. Tene Brahma Hridaya. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikaviye. Adikaviye means Brahma. That Bhagavan who revealed in the mind of Brahma the Veda. So the essence of the Veda is only a Ekaksharam Brahma. Om iti Brahma. So Om is the essence of the Vedas. Then later on, Brahma thought which are all the essence of the Vedas. And then he meditated upon which is the essence of this. Then among the Vedas, among the Devatas, and 3-4 items are there. And 2-3 items are there. So he contemplated on that. And he found out 4 things. Among the Vedas, 4 things he found out as the essence. The essence of the Veda is Om. Before that, so the essence of the Vedas, he initially found it as 4 things. That they are called the Vyahritis. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha. So that is why in all the rituals, in all whatever rituals you do, this Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha will be there. The Gayatri, Bhuva, Suvaha, like that. Suppose if you do Havan, Om Bhu Swaha, Agnaye Idannamama, Om Bhuva Swaha, Vayave Idannamama, Om Swaswaha, Surya Idannamaha, Om Bhuva Swaswaha, Prajapadaye Idannamama, Om Bhuhu Bhuva Swaha. These Vyahridis will be always there. And when in sannyasa also, the same Vyahridis are there to discard it. So Bhuhu Bhuva Swaha. these Vyahritis are the essence of the Vedas. And he wanted to find out what is the essence of these three. So ultimately he found out Om is the essence of even the Vyahritis. So the Amrita Sabda is used. The Amrita of the Vedas, as you churn the milk or curd and then the butter comes. Likewise, when the Veda was churned, the Vyahritis came. That again further churned Om came. So that is why he says, Chandobhyo Adhyamridati Sambhabuva. This Om came out of these three Vyahritis. Om is the essence of the Vedas, and this Om came out of the three Vyahritis, which is also considered to be the essence of the Vedas. Okay. Samendro Medhaya Sprunudu Sama Indraha Medhaya Sprunudu. That Indra Shabda here, it is Brahman. So that Brahman may Medhaya Sprunudu, give him that Medha Shakti. Medha Shakti means retention, the power power of retention actually. So let me have good Medha Shakti. This is a prayer. Amritasya Deva Dharano Bhuyasam. Let me behold that Medha Shakti and Amrita. Amrita means let me behold that Om. Shariram me vicharshanam. My body be strong. Jihva me madhumattama. Let my tongue be sweet. Madhumattama. Taratama. Okay. Madhumattama. Taratama. It is superlative. So let it be most sweet. Karna Bhyambhuri Vishruvam. Let me hear with many things. Let me hear all good things with the ears. The Bahubhya Shrotabhyam. Bahuta Shrotabhyam. You have to hear from all people. And you should also hear all things. I should hear all things, and I should hear from all things means good things only. All things, and also hear from all great people. So, Karna Bhyam Bhuri Vishruvam Brahmana Koshosi Medaya Pikitaha. This Om is like a covering. Brahmana Pihitaha Medhaya. This Brahman, this Om is covered by this intellect. Intellect means worldly intellect. Is covering that Brahman, covering that Om Brahman. Okay. Like a sword is kept inside a scabbard. The sword will be kept in a cage, in a cover, so that it will not loosen its shape and the sharpness will not go. It is put in a scabbard or something like that, they say. Like that, this Brahman is covered with this Medha Shakti. So the Medha is not, because it is worldly, the real nature of that Brahman we are not able to understand. Sutam me gopaya, whatever I have heard, let it protect me. So this is the mantra which we chant in the Dasha Shanti. This is from this mantra. Also Aham Prakshasya Rediva is also from this Taittiriya Upanishad. So here it's a prayer to the Om. Yes, Chandasam Rishabho Vishwarupa, that the Omkara which is Vishwarupa, because it covers everything. Veda covers everything. This is also like Virat Swarupa. Om means it is the Apara Brahman. That is the Brahma Vachaka. Omkarascha, Atashabdascha, Davedu Brahmana Pura, Kantham Bitva Vinidhyadu, Tasman Mangalika Ubhau. So Om and Atha are the first and the second verse. So Om came first. So Om is the first offshoot of Brahman. So Om is Brahman only. So Vishwarupaha, that is Virat Swarupa. And it is the essence of the Vedas. That then they say that Brahman, that Omkara Brahman, may it bless me with good dharana shakti and let me behold it. May let me have a good body, my body be free from all disease and healthy, and my tongue be sweet, that my ears hear all good things. And the Prithu also makes a prayer in the Bhagavad, you give me 10,000 years so that I can hear everything. Then he says, hey, this Omkara, you are like a sword inside a cupboard. You are kept inside my Medha Shakti. Whatever I heard, let it protect me. That must be the prayer. We will see it tomorrow. Om Shanno Mitra Samvarnaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत् तद्भक्तारमावीत् आवीन्माम् आवीद्भक्तारम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति।